Hello. I'm a little bit early, so we're going to give everybody a few more seconds to join. We are doing a jump start. That's what we're calling this, and making sure everybody can find it okay and just kind of getting the kinks out. And of course, I'm going to answer all your questions and answers. So, let me know. You can hear me and see me. Thank you. Love you guys. You guys are amazing. So many of you here already. Almost 300 of us to do this amazing like jump start of the all day declutter. I love the Take Your House Back course, but the all day declutter for me is the highlight. It is like it is th it is the secret sauce, isn't it, for getting a ton of stuff done and just bringing the motivation and the inspiration. I always cry. I always let go of so much too, and I just love seeing all of your, transformations. ADHD! Yes, hello, ADHD. Hello. You guys ready for some tough love? Yeah, I'm bringing some tough love for the, all day declutter, but let's do Jackie sent me some things that we got to talk about. So we have to talk about some sort of logistics for the all day so that you are very, very prepared. You have all the information that you need and you can get the biggest bang for your buck, right? You can see the biggest results if you do a little bit of the preparation beforehand. So let's talk about that prep work right now. Then I'm just going to for a second talk about the preppy stuff. Then I'm going to get into your question and answer. So this is the time if you have any questions about the all day declutter or just about anything that I'm here to help you. I did start a little bit early, but I haven't said anything yet. We're just waiting for people to join. So I haven't said anything good. Oh, Sarah, this is going to be your first all-day declutter. This is exciting. I'm excited for you. You're ready to invest in yourself and your household and get your house back. Awesome. Okay, so let's jump in to some, I guess we call these housekeeping type things, but some kind of basics about the all day declutter. The fact that you're here and you're watching it, it means you're in the right group, or you're watching this on YouTube, which both is the exact same thing. And guess what? Either if you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube, I can see your comments coming from both of those places, which is awesome. Very exciting. Oh, a lot of first time all day declutterers. And I see a lot of you are from Facebook and a lot of you are from YouTube. So both platforms at the exact same time. So whatever is easier for you, that's awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about what's in the course. So when you log into your course, you go to takeyourhouseback.com. You're going to put in your email and your password. And of course, it's going to take you to a screen that looks just like this. And this is like the welcome and then the modules. If you haven't done any of the modules yet, I would recommend that you take a look at module number 1, how to have less, and really look at decluttering without making a mess. That way, when Dana and I and Dawn were talking and we're using some of the terminology like the container concept or take it there now, or I don't know, inventory or your clutter threshold. We're going to be saying a lot of these sort of things that you'll completely understand what we're talking about, and it'll just make a lot of sense to you. Another thing that you could take a look at is here in the introductions and announcements. Go ahead to the announcements tab, and then you're going to see in here, you're going to see links to everything. So if you can't find a link to the next live, go here. They're going to be posted in here, just like you can see here. You can watch it either on Facebook or YouTube. Every hour's link is going to be posted in the announcements tab. So if you can't find it in your email or you can't find it on the Facebook page, that's okay. You can come right into your course and that will take you directly to it. It also here has a breakdown of the day, the schedule in Central Time. So I'm going to start at 8 a.m., which is 9 a.m. for me, Eastern Time, storage spaces, and you're going to kind of see how it goes. It also shows all the supplies that you're going to need. Definitely, you listen to me, you want black trash bags. If you're doing paper, you want something to put paper in, recycling bag or bin. You want cardboard boxes, like for the heavy stuff, like dishes and stuff like that. Wireless headphones, just so you can move. If you don't have that, that's okay. Maybe you can cast it to your TV or whatever. And then make sure you have like snacks and drinks and stuff like that. Definitely take before pictures. You could take before pictures now if you want of all the spaces you want to tackle. This is so important. Oh, they take the Clutterbug quiz on here. That's so nice. Yeah, we might talk about the different organizing styles. And okay, I'm going to get back to here and like remove this for a second. One more thing I have to say, if you're in my session, my kitchen session, I'm going to be putting you in this time into groups A and B and maybe C. And what I mean by that is if you're in group A, you've got dirty dishes, you have like random clutter on your counter that has to be put away. And that's before you can get to the decluttering, which is group B. Group B, your dishes are pretty much under control. There's maybe things on your counter, but things that probably don't have a home right now. And then you're in group B, we're focusing on decluttering. And then group C is your kitchen's it's looking pretty amazeballs. But you want to do a little bit more in depth and work on some organization or some zoning or, going through and like getting rid of old food and and cleaning out the fridge or something like that. So, whatever it is, but it's good to know because if you are like, I want to focus on decluttering with you, Cass, because that's going to be my main focus. I'm going to push you to get rid of those extra mugs. I'm going to push you to let go of that ice cream maker. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you for your melon baller, you know? And if you want to be part of that, you're going to want to have your dishes done ahead of time. So and it doesn't matter if you're in group A, there's nothing wrong with that. There is zero judgment because you can easily move to group B within the hour that we're together. But if you want to jump over to if you want to get right into the decluttering, you might want to jumpstart that and start working on that today for a little bit and tomorrow and just trying to get the dishes and the random clutter that has a home put back. So many of you are already in group C, like, stop it. Stop it. It's amazing. I'm gonna push you maybe to declutter a little bit if you're, but you can definitely think now about, okay, I'm in the kitchen with Cass. Where's my focus going to be? Am I wanting to find more to go? Is there some space in here that's not really working that I want to kind of shift around? Do I want to reorganize my spices with Cass? Like, what do you want to do? Because that's the beautiful thing about the all day declutter. It's progress, but it's personal progress. You your house will not you won't be working on the same thing as anyone else, really, right? Like, your house looks different, it functions different. You are the boss. And so maybe have some kind of idea what you want to work on, because maybe you do. You're like, you know what I would love to do? I would love to organize my spices and decant them or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, if that's what you're doing, that's the whole hour. It takes a long time. But if everything else is under control and this is something you've always wanted to do, you're just looking for that accountability and that body doubling. Now's the time to get some jars and get that, you know what I mean? Get the things ready for prep. Most of us are going to be decluttering, though. Most of us are going to be filling bags and boxes together. But I just wanted to put this out there. Oh, you missed the beginning. No problem. So again, this only applies to my session and really only my session in the kitchen for the all day declutter. I usually put you into groups A, B, and C. Group A, you have dirty dishes. You've got random bits of clutter on the counters that you just have to take time to put away. So that's group A. Group B, the dishes are done. There's not a lot of random clutter. There is probably clutter on the counters, but things that don't have a home. So it's tidy-ish, right? It's under control. Now it's time, group B, to deep down declutter. We're finding things that can leave. And then group C, you've been with us for the long haul. You've done your kitchen for the past like 4 times with us already. And you're looking now just to elevate some organization and to really fine tune some things organizing wise in your kitchen. We don't jump ahead to group C before we've done group A and group B. But if you're excited to declutter and you really want to make progress, now is the time to probably catch up on the dishes and do a tidy of your kitchen so that you can be in the decluttering group with me. Oh, and guess what? If you don't want to work on the kitchen at all with me, you want to work in a different space, that's cool too. I'm just here to be your cheerleader, man. And I'm here to yell at you and make you get rid of stuff and push you a little bit to have the space that you deserve. Okay. So, if you have any questions about the all day declutter, let's go back to here. There is so many frequently asked questions here in the course under the announcements tab. Make sure that you go down and you read all of these before you email us, because we're getting inundated with emails like, how do I renew? How do I log in? How do I, why am I not getting your emails? So there's a lot of answers that you can figure out yourself just by going to the frequently asked questions. That's just going to save poor Jackie a lot of time from her just having to copy and paste the answer from the frequently asked questions and get back to you. So that would be really, really helpful, because we've had so many emails that we're having a hard time keeping up with. And the last thing that I have to mention, kind of about sort of before we get into your questions right now, is if you want, so I'm going to highlight a question here, comment, da, 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 da. If you want your name to be shown up like this when commenting, you just need to make sure that you sign up with a YouTube account if you're watching from YouTube. So you can just sign in with your Gmail account, and then that way your name will show up. If you're watching it on YouTube, again, you can still watch it without having a YouTube account. So it's just when you comment, I guess, oh yeah, if you want to comment on the live, you'll have to be signed in. So like this, we can see your comments and we can post your comments. If you want us to be able to see your comments and you're watching it on um YouTube, you'll have to just sign up for a YouTube account in order to comment. So that's just, if you're watching this now and you're like, I can't comment, it's probably because you're not signed into YouTube. But again, you can watch it on Facebook. So, and you can watch it within the course. There's so many different ways that you can watch the all day declutter. Yeah, so perfect. Let's get to your questions right now. You guys ready for this? Any updates on storage areas? So I thought about putting you into groups for the storage areas, but honestly, we're really going to focus on just digging deep, letting go, and then zoning. So I'm not going to put you in groups for the storage areas because we're all going to be on the same page, which is we're just hunting for things that can go. We're going to start with empty boxes. We're going to start with broken things. We're going to start with projects that you haven't worked on. If you were like, I was going to paint that dresser and it's been in your storage area for more than 2 years, it's leaving. We're making real progress. We're getting tough here. So we're all going to be in the same group for storage areas. I'm not going to break you into group A, B, and C. We're only going to do that for the kitchen this time. So all of us in the same place. You guys ready for storage areas? Wait till you see mine. So I have a storage room where I keep all the extra products. So the Container Store, I partner with them. So whenever they get new products, they send them to me to try out. And also, anytime I've ever organized for a client, if I have extra products, I've kept them to use in different clients' homes, except I haven't organized for a client in a long time. So I have bins and baskets to the ceiling, and I should let them go, but I do use them a lot in showing video content. And anytime I volunteer to organize someone's home, I volunteer my time a lot in the community. I donate all the supplies and I donate my time. So that way I can shop my space and organize for free for them, right? So I don't want to get rid of it, but you can't even walk in there. It's like a crap-a-lanch. So I'll be tackling that space with you live. And I'm very excited about that. And I'm excited to do it with you too. Okay, let's get some of your questions. H. Lance says, you recently went through the pantry items you have on a Lazy Susan. Some alternative flours in smaller quantities, oils, vinegars, and beans. What are good storage organization options? So you have them, they're all fitting on a Lazy Susan. That's impressive. That means you don't really have that much. For me, like I really like if a space for me looks visually appealing, this is probably my ladybugness. I'm more likely to keep it tidy. So this isn't for everyone. Absolutely not. But I went ahead and got some different oils and vinegar decanters, and I love them. I got them from Amazon. They all kind of match. They're really easy to pour, so I'm not making a mess. And then I have a bin in the pantry at the bottom for my extra products. So, say I'm refilling it, but I've got like some oil left. I just put it in the extra products bin. It's labeled so that when I run out of the decant, I go and refill. Now, I'm not a big decanter on everything, but I really like this as an option because now I don't have big bottles that are hard to store, and I actually decant um, things like flowers and things like that too. So, I mean, this is the only thing I have as a suggestion. You're already using a Lazy Susan, which is a great option, but I would 100% recommend those decanting jars from Amazon, and they're really affordable as well. Okay, Robin, you have pretty entertaining dishes that you never use, but might need someday. You need some tough love. Tell me what kind of entertaining dishes, like platters? So honestly, I feel like you need 2 platters probably. If there's more than that, let them go. You don't need more than 2. That's crazy pants. And you probably have never used those, but if we're having like we wanna make a charcuterie board or we wanna put out a bunch of different desserts or cookies and things like that, sometimes it is nice to have a platter, but you absolutely do not need more than 2. And if you're like me and you have like all these divided little when you have like this kind of tray with dividers and this kind of tray with dividers and this kind of tray with dividers, nah, you know, nah. You'll use one, right? And letting them go frees up so much space for other things to make our kitchen more functional, to get stuff off the counters, to be able to rezone our space so that we're not hunting and shoving, to give us more storage for food. For food. I can't tell you, most people's kitchens, they have, every kitchen gadget and all these things, but then they don't have enough food for like or space for like the cases of pop and they're stacked in the corner or those extra big bags of potato chips and things. They have like the food doesn't have a home and it's kind of all over the place because the homes are storing for something else. Deborah, what is zoning? This is a great question. Zoning your space means it's just a form of organization. That means you are dedicating different areas for different categories. So, in your storage area, we would probably have a zone for holiday decorations. We would have a zone maybe for memory items. We'd have a zone for camping. We'd have a zone for, I don't know what else you store in your storage room, but you're kind of getting the idea. Like we zone the spaces based on the biggest category that we have. They obviously get the biggest spot in there, but zoning keeps it tidy because it makes finding things a lot easier. It means putting away things is a lot easier. And it's the first step to getting organized is zoning to make sure that those categories kind of aren't all mixed together. So that's what we'll be really focusing on in the storage area is first, we're going to do a sweep for obvious clutter that can go, decluttering things that can go. Then we're going to be kind of zoning, so shifting things around. If we notice, okay, we have totes and totes and totes of holiday decor, but there's also totes of baby items in there. Nope, we're going to bring that over. And if you're not having another baby, you're going to bring that right upstairs to the donate pile and it's going in your trunk. Absolutely. Um, Okay. What about stuff that belongs to your family member? How do you decide what to do with it? So I wouldn't focus too much probably on that. I would skip it. We're doing a lot of skip its this year. So if it's tough, if it's hard, if you're like, I don't know where to put this, or this is my husband's, or this is like somebody else's, we're just skipping it. It's about progress, not perfection. You're not going to get any space 100% done, and that's okay. But it's going to be so much better than before you started. So, skip it. What if it's in the backyard, like your storage areas in the backyard? Yeah, if that's not a space that you want to tackle, pick a different space. The decluttering and the zoning for the storage works in every space. We are hunting for stuff to go and we are zoning spaces. We're putting like categories together and giving dedicated homes for things, even if that home is just a wall. Like this wall's where this goes, this wall's where this is going to go, and you get the idea. So if you're like, I don't have a storage space to work on, we can zone your closet. We can zone and work on your bedroom. We can do your living room. There's so many options here, a spare bedroom, so many places that we can do it. My storage area is also bonkers. I'm really embarrassed. I'm gonna take a before picture before I pull all the containers out, and then I'm gonna pull everything out because I can't be in there and work in there. It doesn't really have a light and it's too narrow and I can't even walk in there. So I'm gonna to show you. It's really bad. So I'm gonna film the before so you can see, and then I'm gonna pull everything out and I'm gonna work on it. Um, like, so I can show you and have like the camera set up and everything. What do you do to prepare for Saturday to sort a huge amount of family photos for other family members left by your parents? First time. That is exciting. So here's what you're going to do. How many family members are you sorting for? Do you want to create a little photo collection for maybe 4 people or 5 different people? Like, definitely know that first. And then what you should do is head to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or any other place where you can get photo boxes. Most of the photos you're probably going to sort are going to be like a regular photo size, a 4x6. But if you have any larger ones, 8.5 by 11s, things like that, go with a bigger box like this, like just an inexpensive cardboard box, one for each family member that you're going to be sorting photos for. Then, just like we do with paper, just like we do with anything, we have predetermined categories. So you're going to lay each of those out and you're going to label it with a sticky note, take the lids off for each of the family members who are going to receive this gift. Now, as you're going through the photos, you're literally just sorting them into the different family members' bins. If these are really old photos, you might want to, before you give it to them, get some acid-free paper that you can then wrap it up nicely to protect those photos. But don't worry so much about organizing. That's not what we're doing today. We are creating a beautifully cultivated collection. This goes to this family member, this goes to this family member, and then you're just quickly going to sort. You can always go back later and make the insides of the content a little bit more perfect. But for now, it's a quick sort. And you could probably get through those photos with a system like this extremely quickly. If you come across a photo that has like the back of people's heads, or it's like not an even like, who even is this? Somebody took a picture of a wall or like some random sunset. Do your loved ones a favor and just dispose of those. Like, don't burden other people with photos that are obviously not special. Let them go. There is nothing wrong with discarding photos. In fact, you should discard some photos that aren't special because they're taking away space and importance from the beautiful, cherished photos. You want to streamline and edit that collection, so don't be afraid to let go of them. Storage, hall closet, linen closet, basement pantry. Yeah, they all qualify. Like any space that you want. Totally. We're just digging in and throwing crap out. That's what we're doing for my session. We are like in it to win it, like a whirlwind. I'm going to bring some tough love. And it's like, listen, if you look at something and I want you to touch it, and if it isn't a hard, yes, I like this, it's a hard, no, it's going to go. And you're going to be ruthless and you're going to push yourself way out of your comfort zone, because in your comfort zone, staying in your comfort zone is why you have clutter. It's because you haven't made this a priority, you haven't made yourself a priority, and you haven't pushed yourself to do the work that you know you have to do because of anxiety, because of so many reasons. But you've signed up, you've paid the money, you're showing up on Saturday. Let's do this. Let's make yourself proud. As soon as that leaves your house, you will never think about it again. And I promise you that. And you do not have to let go of anything that you want to keep. You are the boss, you are in control, and you are ready to make some tough decisions so that your house is easier and just easier to manage. So exciting. Lori, do we need to do the thing with show our name on Facebook every time? Or is it a one time and it keeps working? Yep, it's a one time and it keeps working. And Lori, it's working for you because you're on Facebook right now and I can see it. So awesome. It's just like enabling it. All right. Does anybody have any other questions about the all day declutter? What they need to do? Laura needs help with zoning. You are off on medical leave for 5 weeks starting Saturday, hoping to work in small blocks of time to rest. Yeah, but first, decluttering. Yep, first, step one, decluttering. This is like, we can do this Gloria, this is such a good question. Will each all day declutter session be its own separate link? Yes. So every hour is its own separate link. So when you're done the hour with me at the beginning with storage rooms, you're going to have to leave that and go to the second hour link. But we give you 15 minutes in between to grab a quick drink, to be able to take some after photos, maybe grab a snack, and then log into the next link. But that's an excellent question. So, something that you can do just to make it easier is you can log into your course and under the announcements, it doesn't have it yet, but it will have every hour's link, just like you can see a link here to these jump starts. So it'll say hour one link, hour two link. So if you leave this open on your device, you can just like log out and click for the next hour and not have to search for the link every single time. If you leave this tab open, you'll always be able to go back to it and easily find the next link. That was an excellent question, Gloria. Thank you. Okay. Where do we post our Paulette? This is a good question too. Where do we post our before and after pictures and progress? Just in the group. So just randomly, like a post in the group. We want to flood the group with before and after pictures. We want to flood the group with like progress pictures because it's so motivational. It's so motivational to go there and just be like, look at all these before and after photos. Like it fires you up to see how well everyone's all doing at the same time. So just spam it. Spam it, friends. Spam it. It's so absolutely motivating. Yeah, you will have to watch work some hours later because of a different time zone. How do you join group A or B then? So the thing is, as you're watching it, it's just like you're watching it live. So group A, I've done something wrong. I must have hit accidentally play. Could you guys hear that? That was crazy. It was like Dawn in my ear. I'm like, Dawn, did I invite you? No, you probably couldn't hear it because of my headphones. Okay, so well, you can watch it later at any time. The group A and the group B just means I'll kind of be giving you guys both different directions, giving you different directions, and you can graduate to group B at any time. So it isn't like you have to be live to be able to partake in the all day declutter because watching it will feel like it's live and you'll just basically be following the instructions just like you were watching it live. Trisha, you have two boxes in your kitchen cabinet that you have not opened in 2 years since you've moved. Should you open? Yep. This is what you're going to do, Trisha. Anytime we come across a doom box, that's what I call it. Like a box, like I'm not 100% sure what's in here. I just probably shoved things in here and I haven't opened it in a long time. We're going to give ourselves, oh, I'm getting a Jackie. If they are not in the Facebook group, they can email their before and afters to support@takeyourhouseback.com. Okay, so Jackie says if you're not in the Facebook group and you want to post your before and afters, you can email them to us and we'll make sure to share them on your behalf. That's exciting. Okay, sorry. So, doom boxes. So, these boxes, I do want you to open it, Trisha, but here's what we do we count down from 10. So, we open a box and we start counting down from 10, 10, 9, 8, and we're just looking for really important things. Maybe there's a passport in there. Maybe there's a photo. Maybe there's something really special in this box. You give yourself 10 seconds to find it. And then after that, the whole box goes. So you have peace of mind knowing that there's nothing in there that's super critically special because you've looked, but also you're strong enough to say, I haven't needed the other stuff in 2 years. I haven't even looked in it. It can all just go. So that's like a really helpful strategy for those doom boxes. When we're going through storage areas, are we going through boxes that have stuff in them, like holiday boxes or craft boxes, looking for individual items, or are we taking everything out of the box? You are not taking anything out of the box. What we're going to do, Jess, first in the storage areas, again, this is progress, right? We're going to look for big things. Do you have vacuum cleaner boxes down there? Do you have big, like broken things you were going to fix? Do you have projects you were going to work on? Do you have like obvious trash? That's what we're going to do first, right off the bat. Then, if you're like, okay, well, I've done that, I want to go a little bit deeper. We can do just like the countdown for a doom box. We can open a lid of a box and we can just quickly look for things to go. We're not pulling it out. We're not making piles. We're rummaging through and putting things in the donate and then put the lid back on and move on to something else. But I'm going to promise you there will be a lot of stuff in there that you're going to find that you don't need to go through. If you have baby items, baby clothes, and your kids are grown, that you don't need to go through, like the whole thing can just go. High chairs, old playpens, old, I don't know, walkers. There's so many things. An old sewing machine that's down there. Maybe you have old camping gear you never use. Things that have gotten maybe damp and are moldy. Like you have things that can go without you having to worry too much on what's actually in the boxes. Just checking that you can comment, Lori. That's good. That's good. That's good. Uh, what what do you prepare for Saturday to sort a huge amount of photos for other? Okay, so we got this one. So that's what you're going to want to do. We talked before bed about getting the bins. Let me scroll down to the very bottom. Yeah, I'm oh, I'm I'm behind on comments. I'm so behind on comments. Okay, so again, you can go under the course, log into the course, takeyourhouseback.com, and you can go to the announcements. You're going to find links to everything, and you are going to find links to every hour's live all day declutter. You'll also find a lot of frequently asked questions. Please check the frequently asked questions first under the announcements in your course before just like panic emailing because you can't figure things out. Gwen, where do you put the things to sell on Marketplace and estate sales and Poshmark? Listen, here's what I want you to do. Do you already have a Poshmark account set up? Do you know when this estate sale is? Like, are these things ready and going? If so, you can zone a corner of your space for these to go, and you're immediately going to take a photo. So you're going to move the thing you're going to sell into the corner. Then you're going to bring out your phone and you're going to snap a picture immediately. You're going to take action. You don't have to post it immediately, but you're immediately going to take a photo of it because you have to take some action on this. I am also going to challenge you because a lot of people who say they're going to sell things never actually get around to selling things, and it's just clutter that never moves. So anything you can declutter is better. Declutter, declutter, declutter. Beth, how do we navigate between groups A, B, and C? So if you want to watch an old all day declutter to kind of get more of an idea of how I do this in the kitchen, you can definitely do that. But basically, I'll just be like, okay, group A, you're working on the dishes. Get those dishes, start clearing off your counters. Group B, let's jump in right now. And I'll be really focusing most on group B, but I'll keep coming back to you, group A. And I'll be like, group A, how you doing? Don't give up. We're going to move to group B. All you have to do is do the dishes while you're listening to this. Get pumped. You're making a difference. And then I'll be like, okay, group B, we're digging, we're looking, let's move on to mugs, let's find those appliances. And then if you're in group C, you've already done these. So again, group C, you're working independently while listening for body doubling purposes. You're working on zoning your kitchen or the spaces that you want to organize in your kitchen. But group C, you're pretty much like you are already like mastering this. So you're really working independently, just using my voice and all of us together for that body doubling accountability portion. So that's kind of how you navigate. You kind of graduate up from group A to group B, and then graduate from group B to group C. But I will be focusing predominantly on group B, which is decluttering and pushing you to let things go. Okay. How do you identify clutter? Logically, you know you don't need it, but emotionally, you're struggling to let go. So, I mean, to me, there's like a lot of different definitions of clutter. Definitely, clutter is stuff you don't use and stuff you don't really like. But then you can take it a next step, and then clutter can also be excess. So maybe you really like all four of your potato mashers, but you still only need one. So three of those are clutter. So excess, I consider excess to be clutter. And I also consider things you don't use and you don't love clutter. Maybe you have a closet and everything fits perfectly and you're like, oh, see, it's not even too much. It's not even excess. It works. But you don't use any of that stuff. If you don't use any of it and you're just like, meh, I just have it because it fits. It's all clutter because that closet can be used for something else that you actually use and love. So that's what we're really looking at during the all day declutter. I'm going to be asking you like, are you using this? Do you like this? And also, is this excess? You only need one potato masher. You are not allowed to keep more than that. That's crazy pants. Stop it. Stop it. You don't need more than one potato masher. How many shot glasses do you need? Not as many as you have, friends. Wine glasses, mugs, serving platters. Like you have so much excess, and it's all those little things that add up to a lot. It's all the little things that are drowning you and making your house super messy and hard to take care of. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. Items in storage for different seasons. Snow gear, you no longer live in a snow location. Okay, but you have a family that you might visit during snowy. How do you handle this? So, absolutely, you can keep a little bit of snow gear, right? Because if sometimes you go visit people who live in snowy areas and you go during a time that's fine, but like have a tote for or two totes for snow gear, label them, and then you can put that in like a section that you've zoned for long-term storage. Long-term storage. That's okay to have a zone for that. And it doesn't mean just snow things go in that zone. What else are you storing long-term storage? I would consider long-term storage like things you're only using once or twice a year, like camping gear is a good example of that. Inflatable mattresses, maybe if guests are staying, but they don't stay all the time. Yeah, just your time will tell stuff, all that kind of stuff. I'm drawing a blank here of what people have in a storage room because I don't actually have a storage room. I have the only thing I store is memory bins and seasonal decor, and that's it. And then I have all the bins I use for organizing. They're empty containers, jars, drawer dividers, baskets that I use for my business. But I don't have storage, if that makes sense. I just never had room for it at my old house. We only had one closet for storage, and it was filled with holiday, like Easter decor, Christmas decor, spring. And then I have one memory bin for each family member. But outside of that, I don't have storage. We have sporting equipment that we use on a regular basis for our kids, but I don't consider that, I guess, storage. I don't have like a room in the basement or space in attic where just stuff goes. I just have never had that luxury, but also I don't even know what I'd put in there. What do you put? Let me know in the comments, like what's in storage? It's gonna be hard for me because everybody has storage rooms and I go and declutter them. I'm just like, this looks like a lot of stuff that you don't need. I know it's a weird concept to me, but I digress. What do we do when we've decluttered over and over and organized, but it's not working? You've been really ruthless with decluttering, but you're having trouble finding the right organization. You're a cricket bee. I would love to see your space. You know what? If you want to email me, I might regret this. Are you watching this, Jackie? Jackie, you're going to kill me. Oh, okay. You're not gonna okay, so if you wanna email the photos of your before and afters to support at takeyourhouseback.com, we won't share your personal photos. We'll keep them private. It's just to enter to win the gift card. I am gonna tell you this random Facebook user, listen to me. Please email me a picture. Please email me a picture at cass@clutterbug.com, 1S, CAS. Please don't everybody spam me. Please don't everybody spam me. I want one photo. Cass1s at clutterbug.com. I'm really curious what's going on here. I would love to see the space because most of the time, if you've decluttered enough, it doesn't really matter. It does matter. Your organizing system makes it easier to find things and put things away. But when it comes to mess, you can still keep a space tidy without having necessarily a lot of organizing systems. So I'm wondering what you have. I'm going to guess you need to take another layer off of that onion and declutter even more. And yeah, I'd just be curious to see the space so I can offer more help there. One photo. Please don't everybody spam me. Please don't everybody spam me. This is Jackie's like, Jackie's probably like, oh gosh, Kaz, why would you give her your email? It's okay. I love you guys. Dana, do you recommend decanting if having issues with ants and now mice? All the things are on your table because you're scared to put them back in the cabinets. Yep. Yep, Dana. Listen, so decanting doesn't work for a lot of people because if you're like me and you're kind of lazy and you come home and you're not going to pour your stuff out into another container and put the lid on because it's just, you just want to toss it away quickly. I don't recommend decanting. But in your situation, you are like, you will take the time to do this because you do not want your food ruined by rodents, right? You're in a completely different situation where this is about protecting your food and you will take the time. Right now, you're leaving things on the table. And so, absolutely decant. You don't have to get expensive decanting. Amazon has lots of like kits that you can get. The dollar store has sealable lids. It is worth it for you. Even putting something that's in a package that they can chew through, like rice that comes sometimes in bags or packages, just don't have to dump it out. Put the whole thing in a container with a lid and put that together and then label the outside rice. So all your pastas can go in a big bin, all your, you're getting the idea. But absolutely, I would absolutely do that. Okay, you guys ready? Are you pumped? Can we see the comments while watching the replay version tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah, you can see the comments and then you can also see the ones that are highlighted, of course. Yes. Okay, I keep forgetting to scroll down. This is a good question from Tara. Are the gift cards based on the biggest difference in the before and afters or just randomly selected? I think it's just randomly selected. Also, when you post them on Facebook, do you just post photos or is that it or a blurb? Whatever you want. Listen, if you just want to post the photo, then that's cool, but if you want to really say like I'm this was monumental. I let go of so much. Then, yeah, absolutely. Put a blurb too. Whatever you want. There is no rules. Ah, I love this one. My secret masquerade. You've been onioning for a couple months now. Where does it all keep coming from? Yeah, no, I know. I know. I always think when I declutter, I'm like, that's nuts. I'll get let go of like 20 trash bags sometimes and boxes and so much stuff. And I'm like, I gotta be done. I gotta be done. Where does it all come from? And then, the next time I go, I can find even more. That's the whole thing about the onions, right? The more we declutter, the more we strengthen and the more we dig and we find things that we never would have known. Where can you watch the replays? So you can watch the replays in your course. So you can go into takeyourhouseback.com and you can go down and you'll see all the replays there within your course, but you can also watch them again on Facebook. Yep. And you're going to have all the links too to all of them, right? So when you click that link, it will take you it will take you back to that video as well. So you can watch them again on YouTube if you want. It'll be an unlisted video that's stored up there. You can watch that later on as well. I don't know how long we'll leave them up there for, but I don't see why we'd have to take them down. So whatever you feel most comfortable, wherever you want to watch them, there is a million different ways to watch them. Misty, how do you handle a situation where you're ready to get rid of something owned mutual, but another family is not, and it's stored logically in a joint place like a kitchen advice? Yeah, Misty. So I do have advice. Anytime you're decluttering a mutually shared space, my husband is very reluctant to let go a lot. So what I usually do is I'll have the box, and as I'm decluttering and I'm putting a bunch of stuff in that I think really can go, when I'm done, I invite Joe to come and just have a look and see if there's anything that he really feels connected to and wants to keep in the box. He always finds something, sometimes two or three things, but still 90% of it still gets to leave. And he feels respected because I didn't get rid of anything without his permission. And I've still made way more progress than I would have if I would have said to him, "Can I let this go?" Because he'd say no to everything. But when I do the work and I gather a bunch of stuff, he's just going to pick two or three things out of that. So that's what I would recommend doing. Absolutely. Don't be upset if he's like, I really want to keep this and this and this. That's okay. Still, let's focus on how many things are still leaving while still respecting the other person who lives in the home. Um, yeah. Tips on getting kids how to do a daily reset. You don't like to nag. Same. When you figure it out, let me know. No, I don't know. I have a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old, and an 11-year-old. Every day before dinner, I'm like, "Hey, make sure you do 10-minute cleanup of your room before dinner. Dinner's in 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes, work on your room." Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and I've done the whole thing where I, like, ground them if they don't. I'll take away your tablet if you don't do what I say. It's just, like, it's emotionally exhausting. It really is, isn't it? So, you can get an Alexa for their room and have that thing nag them. You could be like, "A word," not that A word, the girl's name, A word. "Set a reminder every day at 4 p.m. Clean your room or else mom's gonna kill you." And then, like, let it do the nagging. Hey, that might work. I don't know. I did that for my daughter. My oldest, she unplugged it. So, I don't know. Please define decanting. So, decanting is when you take things out of their original packaging to put it in another sealed container. So, taking flour out of the bag and pouring it into a container that has a lid, that's called decanting. Taking spices that are in packages or something out and putting them into a sealing container is decanting. But, um, you could also just it's not really decanting, but you can also put things into other containers too, but still left in the package. So what I like to do is take all the prepackaged snacks. So if it's granola bars or fruit snacks or anything like that, I take them out of the original packaging, like the bigger outer packaging, and then I'll put them in baskets to really save space. And I would consider that decanting as well, even though it's not putting it into a container necessarily. Um, it's basically just putting stuff in containers. Yeah. Taking it out of its original packaging and putting it into containers. Okay, you guys are ready. Um, I'm going to just do one or two more questions. How can you convince yourself to let go of more and more despite a combination of feeling the need to use up everything and you have scarcity mindset, mistaken feelings of scarcity? I'm going to tell you this. This is the honest truth. Trust your gut. If you know, like if you have something that you are going to use, like that you use all the time, then absolutely. But if you have something you're like, I'm gonna finish coloring this adult, like I still have a few blank pages in this adult coloring book I might get to one day, or I still have a little bit left of this candle that I haven't burned in the last year, but I might burn the last 10% someday. Like, those are things to me that are just an obvious go. Like, they're just an obvious go. And it is, I'm not saying it's easy. When you go to put it in, you're going to feel a twinge of, ooh, should I get, ooh, is this a mistake? But trust yourself. And your first initial thought was, yeah, I don't need this. The other feelings are anxiety and fear, which is what's kept us with a messy space. As soon as you put those things in the trash and they're gone, you will never think about them again. You will never be thinking, "Oh man, I wish I had that one blank page in that adult coloring book," or "Oh man, I wish I could burn that last 10% of that candle that I had forever that was now collected in dust and smells like burnt because it's only a little bit left." Like, that, you're not even gonna remember you owned it. So buy, buy, so buy, so buy. And if you're using Dana's no mess decluttering method, we can take all that logistics out of it, right? It's like, okay, if you're not sure and you want to keep it, cool. Where does it belong? Go put it there. Put it in the space where you would look for it first or where it belongs. If there's no room for it, is there something in that space that's less important that then you can declutter to make room for that? No, all that stuff is more important. Then decision made. Decision made, because we can't keep more than the space we have to contain it. Your house is a container. So this makes the decision for you. If you're not sure you need to keep something, it's like, well, where does it go? Can you fit it in that space? We're not creating a new space. That's its home. If it doesn't fit in there, then take something out of there to make that go in there. And if you can't, if nothing else in there is like less special than this thing, then this thing isn't special enough to keep. And your house has made the decision for you. Should we gather items that we should be in the kitchen that are in the attic or other spaces in the house for the kitchen session? No, no. Because if you have other things that are in the attic or other places, it's because you don't have room in the kitchen right now for them to go. That's what I'm hearing. You have other things, but you don't have room in the kitchen. So, what we're going to do is make room in the kitchen. And if you make enough room, then you can go get the things from the attic and bring them down. But I'm probably also going to challenge you that if it's in the attic or it's in the basement or in other places and you haven't used it, you shouldn't keep it. And stop. And stop. So, but let's focus on the space that you have. We're not dragging more stuff into the space because this isn't about, listen, all the organizing in the world, Anastasia, is not going to make your kitchen bigger. It's not going to give you more space. There's no tricks or hacks or special thing that you're going to do to be able to now have room for all your stuff. That's the lie that everyone thinks that is keeping their space cluttered. The only way to make more space in your house, the only way is to get things out. Only way to truly get organized is to get things out. So that is your goal. Your only goal is what can leave. Okay, still can't find breakdown of the list of what's happening Saturday, logged into the course and Facebook. So, of course, I did this thing where I didn't log back in, but I'm going to do it real quick. So, go to takeyourhouseback.com, log into the course. So, it's going to say, like, you have to put in your email and you're going to have to put in your password. And then let me here, I can start sharing this screen. That's what it's doing. It's okay. So then I'm going to share the screen and take your house back. Share the screen. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you've logged in. You go here. You can go to the three lines at the top and see where it says introduction and announcements right here at the top. Go down to where it says announcements. Click
Our
on
prep sessions
announcements.
for
And then you're going to scroll down and it says all day declutter, and it has the full schedule here of all the events that are going to be happening, all the supplies. Like every one of these is going to be its own link, remember, all the supplies you need, how to prepare, how to join the Facebook group, all about the prizes, how to watch the replays. But up at the top on that day, just like here, it says the links to the day 1, day 2, day 3 jumpstart, which is what you're watching right now. This is going to be hour 1, hour 2, hour 3 with links to each of the hours of the all day declutter. So again, you go to takeyourhouseback.com, you log in at the top right. So you're not buying it again. You're going to the top right and you're logging in with your username or password. And then this is your course. This is your whole full course here. But under the announcements, at the very top, that's when you're going to see all of these breakdowns there. So I think what's probably happening is maybe you're not logging in to the course. You're just like looking at the landing page, which is like the sales page. Making sense? Making sense? Oh my gosh, I keep going down. Okay, you guys are doing great. Okay, friends, I got to let you go because I can't run over. Poor Jackie gonna kill me if I go over time. But I hope you guys are feeling pumped. I'm going to see you at 8 a.m. Central or 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to do storage areas or wherever you want to work on. We're going to declutter like crazy. So have boxes, donatable boxes like cardboard, have trash bags, have a plan for and all the tools you need to get rid of so many things. It's going to be awesome sauce. And then I'm going to see you for kitchens, which is going to be really fun too. Thank you for sharing that schedule. And you're going to see the full schedule in your email as well. And Jackie will be emailing you the links to each hour. So you can find it in the Facebook, you can find it in the course, and you can find it in your email. So 3 different spots that you'll see all of those links. You guys got this. You found it here. You've been commenting. See you on Saturday. Be prepared to cry. No, I guess, but maybe. All right, we'll see you guys then.